Here we are back with the Garden Restaurant by Lego Friends. This is set number 42691. Contains 1,465 pieces. Retails for $129.99. And this set was provided by the Lego Group for the review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, so far, looks just as colorful in person. And I'm pretty pleased with the build so far. And I'm pretty happy with the way everything's turning out. Pretty much have this here going on the inside. And what you're seeing here is bags 1 through 4. And right now we're at a 9.5. We are experiencing some parts separating. Things are just kind of wiggly right now. It's typical build quality for a Friends set. There are some stickers, not a lot. Matter of fact, we've already consumed over half the sheet. So it's not like you're getting a whole binder full of it, so it's not too bad. And today is the 30th of December 2025. Yes, it's the same day, but I slept 8 hours later, so I slept about 8 hours. That's pretty good. And today in this build installment, we're going to do bags 5 and 6, and I may scarf out 7 and 8 later on today. I don't know yet, so yeah. Okay, let's begin with bag 5. Let's build it. Yes, remember in the last installment we left off with Zach. So Zach is coming to the party today. He didn't want to stay up late with the girls, so he had to, he just slept in today. And, yeah. Any modern Lego set, I've noticed more and more you're getting smaller parts. So if you're looking for something with a lot of big pieces, this one's obviously not it. Right now, my girlfriend's at work, my nephew's at work, and my mom's asleep. So this is a good time as any to film, unless I see the little flashing yellow light going off. That means somebody needs Jay's assistance here. So hopefully I'll get this at least somewhat filmed right now. Yeah, my nose is stuffy today. So I'm going to have to do a lot of editing on this video here to knock out all the clearing of the throats, the congestion, all that stuff. Let me get this down here for you. I've been pretty pleased with this set. It's just abundance amount of small parts, and everything is kind of scattered. So if you're looking for stuff, good luck with that. Let's see here. I was going to get ready to schedule some appointments for the doctor and stuff, and it started kind of ruffling up some feathers. So I said, no, I ain't going to deal with that today. Sometimes that's the bad thing about family. Sometimes you need them, they need me to help them with something, but when I need somebody to help me, it's like, I can't, you know. And there's Zach right there. Not too bad at all. So he could join the gals today. I think he's the only guy that's in here. Okay, now we're back to the main build here. And what we need to do is we're going to focus back in on the interior. It's kind of cluttered today, isn't it? But I'm trying to get this done here as quickly as I can. It's not that I'm out of content or anything, and you got to put that there. Oh yeah, before I really begin, these are not to be construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes for review, so treat them as such. And I may end up making mistakes, not intentionally, that just happens. So yeah, just take note of that. Some take these seriously, and these are just meant for fun. They're meant for me to goof off. More like friends building together, you know. What was his name? I think his name was Chipper Chai or Chipper Chi that mentioned that. Yeah, just meant for fun. And we're going to see how far we can get today. I have enough memory card cleaned off to do the whole entire installment and review, which is even better. So, that being said, we are going to try to do that today. I'm going to try to do the review either today or tomorrow. And then if I can, it won't be too bad. My nose is trying to run. Uh-oh. So right now, you think we would have finished this up in the last bag, but no. Looks like today we're just working on the rafters. Well, this section anyways. And I'm pretty pleased with the build on this here. It's not bad. It's just a lot. It's just like with any typical Lego set I've noticed. We're getting smaller and smaller parts. Building things with big bricks is starting to become more of a luxury item than anything else. We don't really do a whole lot of it. And no, I've never seen that in brown before. It's one of these inverted ones. A bricklinker called me stupid because I didn't know the value of that part. Yeah, it's not worth a whole lot when I got about 100 or so of them. You know. Yeah, I haven't had any new comments so far. I mean, I think as I blocked them all. I have a no nonsense thing going now. It's like, don't want to deal with it. So just kind of block them and move on. Let's see here. So, a 2x6 Lego, that's kind of a big piece, just like with that one there. I mean, I understand we need some small parts for resolution, but, you know, I know one thing, I got to get going on the DMV stuff. I got to get going on everything else. I just told my bunch that, hey, if I can't drive an automobile, I got to sell this place. I got to get someplace smaller. Because I won't be able to afford it because I'll have to retire early. That will be on them. And of course, I don't make millions of bucks on YouTube. But these choker shells from the Minecraft sets, these work good for tables and chairs. Hold on, is that? Okay, that doesn't go there. You know, I was fine until I came over here. Now my nose wants to run and all that stuff. It's like, couldn't you just waited until I got this done? But it didn't. Alright. Alright, and we already made it up to here. Alright. And step 154, take these. Those are nice for that. Okay, now it looks like we're giving ourselves two chandeliers to hang in here. Kind of similar, pretty much exactly what we built before. So let's start getting things prepared here. Yeah, my nephew wasn't supposed to go back to work until like the 5th, but they called him in early and said, well, we got a job that you could do in town that you could do. And he's like, I don't want to work, but it's money. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I am. Hey, I'll do it. Of course, they won't have him work on New Year's Day because it's usually double. He gets paid hourly, so they won't pay him double time. So a lot of businesses are just kind of like, no, we're not going to do that. Hey, I'd take double time any day. But my job is salary. I can't just take, I don't get double time. Yeah, if some people have asked, you know, you own a business, how do you pay yourself? Just like you do an employee, you just pay yourself. You got to stay within a bound. You can't just take whatever you want. That's not how that works. for an honest businessman anyways. And that had to drop on the floor here. Okay, I had to blow my nose while I was down there picking it up. Yeah, that's why I sound whiny, guys. You know, some people have asked, you know, Jay, why do you tell everybody what's going on? Because some people say, you sound whiny, you sound angry today. Oh, it's because I'm not feeling well. I feel great, it's just my allergies have been flaring up. And, oh, you don't sound right today. Well, yeah, I usually never tell that to YouTubers. I kind of figured, you know, they're human, they probably got sick or something. Yeah, and boy, I'm tempting to... I didn't get a flu shot this year. I'm tempting to get one. Apparently, everybody's starting to get hit with that stuff, and I know I need to get one. I'm thinking about it. I had the flu a while back, probably about a month or so ago. I'm trying to find out one of these transparent discs, but I don't see it in here. There's just so many small little parts. And you got these, like I need them now. Well, let's see here. Yeah, this is the only thing I'm getting kind of disgusted with Lego is there's just so many abundance amount of small little parts now. Sets have gotten more aggressive with smaller pieces. And I cannot find this other disc. Did it get left in one of the little bags? We don't know. Let me go find it real quick. Not that one. And I'm missing one on the floor. There it is. So that's a number 1. We've already passed that one up here. I'm looking for 5s. Okay, I keep tripping over you, and I don't find it anywhere. Uh-oh, Lego. Are we missing something? Because if I have to pause, I got to ding it down to a 5. It could have rolled off somewhere we don't know. I'm trying not to jump to conclusions. Yeah, I'm gonna... There's just so many small parts. For a friend set, it's getting... I need another one of these. I have them. I have to dig out. I packed up a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure where it went. I got these up here, but none of them are that little saucer piece. Of course, it could be underneath some parts. Yep. Yeah, well, looks like I'm going to have to go to my bin. Uh-oh. I hate to think I got to fill something here, but... because it's not in any of the bags. It's not on the floor, obviously, because I don't see it down there. All right, let me go get one. Alright, so 40 minutes later I finally found one. I had to pour out a bin. It's still on the floor right now in the other room. If this doesn't show up a 4.5, it is, because we've had build issues, but, you know... oh, wait a minute. It was right there in front of my face. Never mind. Well, I just wasted my time for nothing on that. Well, at least I know I have one. I just didn't pay attention. But somebody had asked me a question, though. What if you're missing a set? You could always contact Lego, and they'll usually send you parts free of charge. But don't abuse it, because they'll ban you from their Lego store. And Lego has been known to do that. And, yeah. So I'm hoping... we don't have any more mishaps. I mean, I got to have a mistake in these once in a while, but I was kind of angry because this is not a common part, and I had to pour a whole bunch of pieces out. I didn't even know I had it on there. I thought I don't know. So, and, oh, and by the way, if somebody cusses me out because I didn't see it correctly or whatever, yeah, I have a vision impairment, and 2, cussing me out on here just gets you insta-blocked, so don't do that. You want to make sure you have a healthy environment on here, not where I'm cussing you or you cussing me out. I mean, this is not a bad idea for chandeliers. You're just basically tacking parts on or using this disc here as a stop. Because right now I'm kind of pressed for time. Yeah, I was trying to get some wiper blades from my truck, but apparently the instruction guide or owner's guide doesn't even have it listed. I have the old ones. I have the packaging that they came in before, but these online shops won't even sell them to me because I had my car listed in there. And they won't sell it. Like, this is not compatible with your vehicle. You can't buy one. And I'm thinking, I need one. I need those, and that's what was on there. They worked. They didn't fall off. They disintegrated because out here in the desert, they can rot out quickly. Yeah, and pretty much that's what's going on here. And just trying to get things done. Really cool. Wait a minute, we're missing something here. Whoopsie, I forgot to put a brick in there. Well, yeah, the set told on itself there. Not too bad at all. Okay, it looks like we're building some kind of a patio set here. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, I blowed my nose and stuff while I was trying to find those parts. So hopefully we're good. Okay. And yeah, you get more of these gold fencings. I don't know what I'm going to use those for, but they're here. Yeah, sets like this, guys and gals, I get questions. You know, where do I get my parts from? This stuff like this. It's nothing special. I kid you not. Some think I just get it from some special place or directly from the factory. No, they come from stuff like that, like this type of set here. And there's nothing magical about it. I just order parts. And yeah, my nephew's going to be home probably in an hour or two. I don't know. He's got that loud boombox in his car. And he wants everybody to know when he's arriving, and I'm thinking, him and his buddy were trying to cut off the muffler to his car. I said, dude, if you cut that off and you go get it inspected, they're going to make you put it back on. They won't even bother even addressing it. Oh, they won't notice it's missing. I said, oh, dude, if you do, and they see that it's missing, you got to forfeit. You got to forfeit, I think, $80, $90 now. Oh, that's not that big of a deal. So, okay, go right ahead, dude. Some people will keep welding it on. They'll keep welding it back on, taking the muffler off, putting it back on, and I'm just like, why? That's a lot of extra work there. Well, you live, you learn, right? No, I'll find out eventually. They don't play games out here. They'll just they'll fine you. Some states, California's the worst. They don't care if your car has good brakes. They don't care if it's rusted in half. Just as long as you're not polluting the air, they don't care what you do. Some places, they do a full-blown inspection. And if you have parts missing off your car that were factory, they'll go after you. Now it looks like we're building some chairs. Oh, it goes like this. But yeah, these inverted pieces are always nice to have. But yeah, I'm trying to get as many sets filmed as I can before I go back. I've seen these pieces a couple of times. Okay, so there's your chair. Not too bad. And these just sit, they just sit here. I thought maybe there'd be a... Oh, wait a minute, there is. My bad, I forgot the piece at the bottom. So that's how they anchor them down. They just use those. The only thing bad about these, they look nice, but minifigures or mini dolls can't easily sit in these. They'll fall out. They just look good. Now it looks like we're doing the tabletop right now. All right, 20 minutes into this. Yeah, I think 2 bags an installment is fine. It's cold today. Yesterday the sun came out, but today it's cold. It's like in the low 50s. We're expecting a windstorm and a rainstorm to come in by the end of the week. So it's been very wet out here. In fact, the grass is somewhat still green. Usually this time it's dormant, but no, not today. It's still green out there. Usually by Christmas time it's dormant, but no, it's just we've been having a lot of these rainstorms that's been causing it just to stay, which is fine by me. I've saved so much money in watering the yard. I have my sprinklers turned off right now. They're just turned off until it picks back up. You know. We'll take a closer look at this here in a bit. Well, if you're looking for funnels, you got funnels in here, or something for, but we got to put a stud in here. Or a dunce hat. Make a minifigure wear them if you had it in red. But I've been pretty pleased with these new type of sets that have been coming out. They're just lots of little pieces. And that's what your table's supposed to look like right there. Okay? Not too bad at all. And then now it looks like we're building an umbrella. Yeah, I'm just, my girl and I, we were talking about vacation. We keep forgetting, we'll mention it sometimes when Mom's around, and, oh, why did that come apart? Lego, we're already slacking on build quality on this, and I can't get that out. I got to take this apart, 9 it is, because you can't. Matter of fact, it would just be a lot easier shoving this in here first and then setting the table on top of it. But that's not what they wanted me to do. And 9 it is because the steps are backwards, because it was easier doing it this way. You know, go figure. Lego, stop with the AI stuff. Write this out by hand, please. You know, I mean, come on now. That's kind of ridiculous. You should. I write mine up by hand. I write up all my guides by hand because I want you, the builder, to know you're getting a good build. Okay, and then this goes on here. Well, it was supposed to until it flew out of my hand. And yeah, like that. I guess you could tilt it and stuff like that, like a normal one. And that's it for this. That's like a nice little set there. And this goes right here, right in the front. And that's if I can get in. Let's start a corner first. Yeah, so I had a little bit of drama here today. We'll get to that in a second. We're losing animal figures. You can go take a bath in the pool. And right now, that's what it looks like there. Okay, so you got the fence there and stuff like that. That's not too bad. Okay, now we're going to focus our attention on these two little pillars here. Yeah, so my friend and I, we were talking about vacation. She was asking me what did I want to do for like a birthday, and I told her what I wanted to do, and she's not into the, she doesn't want to do extensive backpacking, you know, but we were talking about what I want to do and stuff like that, and my mom kind of got angry because I'm always talking about going camping and all that stuff, and I said I like the outdoors, you know. Oh, well, you're always inside all the time. I'm like, yeah, that's why I like the outdoors, because I don't ever get to go outside that much, you know. Well, I kind of started a little bit of a fight. And so girl and I, we went for a walk. We were talking about what we're planning on doing. And it was kind of sad that we had to leave the house in order to just make sure there was no prying ears invading in on that. And so we don't know yet. I was talking in the last installment about the John Muir Trail. Well, that's falling apart. Like, we already got a bad score ready for build quality, and this is just flaking apart without a shaft in the middle. We were talking about the John Muir Trail, and she don't think she can handle a 22-mile hike to Mount Whitney. So that's 22 miles round trip, so it's like 11 miles. You got to get a permit, all that stuff. So we were just talking about it, and I still want to do it. I still want to do the Mount Whitney hike. 11 miles doesn't sound like a lot if you're an avid walker. The problem with that is it's switchback. Or you can take the mountain climbing up, which is shorter, but you have to have mountain climbing experience. And these go here like that. So I got to think of something. I'm not doing mountain climbing. No. I don't want to be strapped with ropes and stuff and dangling from my life there. Okay, now it looks like we're focusing our attention to making arches. So we're going to need to take 2 of these. And they got studs on 3 sides. And it's just a whole experience, you know. I got to make sure I got to make sure I have a power bank from my phone, all that stuff. But it's not just the phone. You're also going to have to carry provisions like water and food and stuff. You can't just carry whatever you want. The phone also doubles up as a flashlight. But in addition to a phone, there's some places without cell service. And if you need to make a phone call, you're going to have a two-way radio. So you could rent one or you can buy them. Fortunately for me, I have one of those radios. I just have to put my own crystals in them. I got a couple of those, so I'll be fine. And I just got to think about how I want to do this and stuff. And in addition, you got to get a fire permit. That doesn't mean you can burn a campfire. It just means you can run like a stove or something back there. So I got to get a fire permit. And I got to get a permit to go on the trail, because I don't want too many people on the trail. That's understandable. I don't want to see a bunch of people when I'm hiking too. So it's about 1.5 years, 2 years to book that. And I got a buddy at work that sounds like he's interested. So maybe, just maybe, I'll have a person to go with, because I could do it solo. If I do it solo, I'd like to document the hike, but we're talking maybe half a day's hiking there. Obviously I'd have to get a GoPro for that one, but you know, just anything you carry like batteries and stuff are obviously going to take a lot of space, you know, and you have to be very careful what you carry. Not because somebody would steal it. It's everything you put on you is going to slow you down. You know, it's like food. You know, what kind of foods do you bring? It depends on what food you want. Jerky is another thing. As long as it's something that's dried, you can have it. There's some people that have hiked the whole John Muir Trail, and well, this is really kind of fancy here, isn't it? But you got to have food drops. That costs money, all that stuff. And it's not like you can't just go out and order a steak or anything like that. We're talking in the backcountry, and there's nothing out there. That's why the girlfriend doesn't want to do it, because there's no bathrooms and stuff. No, there's no bathrooms. You got to pack up your own toiletries. You got to pack up your own bag, if you know what I mean, for number 2. It's pretty involved. Pretty involved. And you got to be in good health. I'm in good health. I can do that. You know, be careful how those go on there. It's just getting kind of wiggly. It's like that game Operation. If you touch the side, yeah, be very careful with that. That is not a very sturdy there. But it does sound like a really fun thing to do, is just to go on the Mer Trail and just kind of go hiking. But I have to get all that stuff going, and before I can even think about that, I got to get done with chores first. And this little piece goes right in here. It snaps, so you have to put that plate on the back, and this thing wants to rock around and give me problems. We should have put that on there first, Lego. Would have made more sense. That's where that's supposed to go, right there. Alright, now we're adding a little header. Boy, this bag's sure taken a long time today. Just because of all the small, intricate little parts that we're putting on here. Put this right here. What did I knock down? Oh, the mini dolls. Okay, I was going to say, are we getting ready to head down to an 8? Not yet. So yeah, so far it looks pretty good. It's strong now, kind of, but we're getting to the point of it's going to get a lot better here as we go. And now we got to put these in here. Sorry if my hands are in the way. I'll try to illustrate as much as I can. Just stick those in there. You know, and these jumper plates are for minifigures too, or mini dolls, depends on what you're using here, that can anchor down to the floor or to the deck. And you could also use these for accessories, but we're not done with it yet. This thing's pretty tall here, so. Okay. You could tell Lego tried to use the next equivalent color to try to build this up here. Yeah, but if anybody's interested in like the John Muir Trail or anything like that out here, I'm always looking for a good adventure. And I was telling that to my girl. I was like, hey, you know, I like just doing adventure stuff. And she could not disagree with me anymore. She's like, that does sound like a lot of fun. Just kind of go out and see things, and yeah. And then now we got to put a sticker on here, on this tile. It says restaurant, which is sticker number 2. But first I got to worry about getting my license and taxes done and all that stuff. But that's not for a few years anyways. And there's your restaurant. I wish that was printed. That'd make a good keeper, but unfortunately it's not. And this one here looks like it goes inside the tubes. No? Okay, it goes on the bottom part right here. Where yours should look like that. And that's where they want it at. And that concludes bag number 5. That took a lot, like 30-35 minutes to complete. That's a lot of work for just this one bag here. But we're messing with a lot of small parts, and it's kind of starting to get kind of in a drag a little bit. Alright, now we're doing bag 6. And yeah, I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors. It's always a big help. Because we got more small bags, so this one might take longer than I thought. I thank everyone on Patreon for being contributors. And on my main channel, thank everyone for taking time to check out my Rebrickable profile and purchasing building guides or downloading the free ones. And most importantly, if you like my content, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a comment, tell me what you think of the set or anything else. Just want to chat in general. It's open for you to chat. And yeah, it's a lot of 1x1s and 1x2s again. That's the only bad side of these. Also, I'm very grateful for those who have to put up with my ranting in these. You could stick out that long. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Hey, at least subscribing is free. You don't have to pay for it here. And we also need this last plate that came with it that I got to find now. That's what you need to put in there. And now, It looks like it might be modular. We're doing a deck here. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit a whole bunch of sets today on this. Usually they take like an hour to do two, but we're already about 35 minutes into the last one, and we haven't even gotten that far yet. But anyways, though, we'll see how far we can get on this here. And it's always important, though, to subscribe to your favorite YouTuber, even if I'm not somebody's favorite. You know, hey, it's... I don't sit here and lie to you. I don't fib to you. I don't tell you nonsense. If I don't like a set, I'm just going to bluntly say it. Doesn't mean you won't have to like it. You'll probably enjoy it. And that kind of thing. And this might be a bathroom. An outdoor bathroom. Where you go to the bathroom outside and everybody sees you. There's another one of those decorative tiles. I might be able to film the whole thing today. I don't know yet. I'm going to try to shoot to get everything filmed today. Hopefully review it tonight, if not tomorrow. When nobody's here, it makes it so much easier to get it done. So I always like, yes, I can get things going here. And like, I think it would have been easier to put this stuff in before the fence, because I don't have to wiggle my fingers down in there. But yeah, the John Muir Trail sounds like something fun to do. I think I'm more interested in going to Mount Whitney. It's the tallest mountain in the contiguous 48 states. So it'd be kind of cool to go take a hike up there. And I heard there's cell service up there too, so we might be able to do a live stream up there. It'd be kind of cool. I've never seen one of these in blue before. That's kind of unusual. Maybe it's a new piece. But yeah, this definitely is a bathroom. It's the porta potty. The porta potty with water inside. That's one big toilet there, and that doesn't fit. Let me see if I may need to move that around there. There we go, just like that. You may have to slide that tile inside there to get that to fit in. All right, let's see here. So I'm hoping this summer I get to go on some trips. But see, I've been getting so much chores throughout the winter now. I've been kind of thinking, toying around with not doing any more chore, or just taking off a split. 6 weeks in the winter and 6 weeks in the summer. Because by the time I'm halfway through my vacation time, I'm bored. I feel unproductive. So I'm really thinking about changing it up. Yeah, so we're pretty much messing with a bunch of 1x1s and 1x2s, sadly. It's Lego's new go-to size. I've seen this in the modular. It gets exhausting after a while. And some say I complain a lot, but when you start putting a lot of these big sets with tiny parts together, it's dragged out the build to a point of it's boring. I'm not bored with this yet, but I'm most like, when I build my stuff, I try to use the biggest parts possible because it's easier for people to find. Unless I'm really into high resolution builds. Now that's going to get a sticker, probably that. Time you see those wall panels, you know. I hate to think you got to go take a poop on the deck here. Or it could be a room, we don't know. Or I could just split. I'm thinking I'm going to have to do, this is just one set, so if I have to split it, then I'll have to split memory cards. I'm going to try to do is try to do 2 installments a day at least, and then just go from there. That's obviously the bathroom. You got to have our fancy mosaic in the back, so you got to put a sticker, which is sticker number 3. Now, honestly, if I had a severe vision impairment, I would not be able to see this at all. These big things here are supposed to go at the bottom left. I don't know if it's critical. Maybe that's for when the dog was pawing the tile here. I hate putting these big stickers on. I mean, it's doable, but if that was printed out, it'd been a keeper. Or Lego could have just came in and just done 4 tiles, but, you know, as long as the paws are down here, you're fine. Only got 2 stickers left. Yeah, on one of my other videos, I had somebody said, I build slow, why don't I build faster? You know, here's the deal. Look for a speed build. There's plenty of those on YouTube. You know, have fun. And then now we get sticker number 5, which goes on here. Why couldn't it be an actual reflective sticker? Lego, I could have done something fancier than that without stickers. I mean, look at that. It's just... I feel like now we spent all this time doing the fancy tiling. Now we're just going as cheap as we can here. Maybe we've already reached our budget. We don't know. This is not a budget build by any means. Okay, skip a stud. This goes right underneath here. But I'm sure, you know, if you're interested in certain parts of the set, you can just extract these for your own creations, you know. Okay. Why couldn't that be reddish orange? Because I need some reddish orange, or yeah, reddish orange, or dark orange. Ingot tiles. So we're doing a sink. The J-Stiffer style. With the faucet. We've seen these around a million times. Not too bad there. So it looks like you have enough here for just a washroom. A single person room with no door. It's just a door frame, at least. We got a door frame. At least you have something to somewhat protect you. But the smell, imagine eating there and the smell comes stinking out. And I forgot to put the plates on the top, but we'll get to that here in a second. This is like that, I think, medium magenta or light magenta, or what I call dark pink. This is also a very nice color to grab too, so I'm going to try to grab as many of these oddball colors as I can. It's always the last one is hard to find. Just like the last, it's always the roommate is the last to know. Alright. Okay, now it looks like we're putting curtains here, so we're going to be making 4 of them. We got to start getting things prepared here. Yeah, so let's start getting an assembly line. We'll need a couple of these. We'll need some of these, and we need to make 4 of them. So let's get going here. Let's build it. Let's do this. I have a friend of mine that is so into Lego leaks. He tries to coax me into it. And I'm like, dude, I can't leak anything out. All I can say is right now that I think we're going to be pleased with next year's content. But I don't know. Sometimes like a set like this, I'm thinking, oh man, if this is printed, this is going to be an easy 10. No, this one's already down to like almost an 8. We're getting there. And I still got to add more of these to that. Just mush those on the side of the counter. I know some people want to see every step. I just can't cover them all here. That's why I don't say these are building tutorials, because if let's say I were to do one of these sets as a complete tutorial how to put it together, we're talking literally days to film, maybe weeks to film one set. Imagine one of my campers, it takes about a week. And that's just something small with about 800 pieces, heavily planned. Doing something like that here would be kind of brutal. And it would be very, very involved. And I don't want to spend a lot on here. If, let's say I had like 5 million subscribers on here, I may consider it. But right now, I'm going to do steps, sub-step 3 and 4 together because I'm running across a lot of these. You know, I may end up considering it. That's only that. And I notice my main channel, my tutorials are not getting a whole lot of views because everybody wants set builds. So, I don't know. Right now I'm barely have enough time to keep up because like Patreon, and YouTube members, I'm kind of behind this week on getting you your content. I've been wrapped up with the holidays. I'm trying to do some reviews, getting caught up on these. I don't want to get too far behind. So right now everything is just kind of tightly packed. I have builds, just nothing's done. Like we're talking about edited. I can't give you just nothing, but I can't just give you something that's half-baked either. I got to make sure it's right. I got to make sure you get a good quality. And if I'm behind, you get a double whammy the following week. Or I try to anyways. You know, that kind of thing. Let's go here. Uh-oh, we're missing something. Oh, wait a minute, it goes back and tucks behind there. Okay. I saw it on the camera. It's like, I don't see any way to put that there, but no. Yeah, so right now, there's our curtains. But, I think the set came with the brick separator. Yeah, it did. So I don't ding off for that. I got to make sure I note that. And yeah, not too bad at all. Okay, now we're going to be turning our attention to the front here. Now we got to make 4 of these little barrel things. And we're not even halfway done. Maybe it might take me 2 hours just to do this one installment today. I try to do a little bit of everything, make sure, you know, stuff like this. The only bad thing about larger sets like this, yeah, you go through the tour and stuff. We're talking about, I do the intro, unboxing, the tour, and then the review. It's just one video, right? But building these, it takes some time, like getting them done. Like I said, I get those guys from time to time. You build slow, you know. I didn't know there was a race. So I mean, I get those comments from time to time. I'm like, oh man, I think you're on the wrong channel. I'll even tell them, like, hey, you're on the wrong channel. I think you're looking for speed builds. This YouTuber's got them for you. You know, just to basically kindly shoo them away. Like, yeah, this is a little too advanced. Because here I want to build, not... Because I could just speed this up, you know. And I don't want to do that. Yeah, this type of thing here is kind of wiggly jiggly. Yeah, I got to finish picking up all the Christmas stuff off the front of the house. I still have some lights out there I got to pick up, but I have to get into the mood of doing that. That's why I hate hanging up lights outside, because it's like I have to put them up and take them down if somebody else is laying in bed. That's never fun for me. And we're getting close to finishing up this bag here. Hoping the next bag is not that long. But I've noticed this has just been, a lot of this stuff's been taking a lot of time, I've noticed. It's just a little parts. You think you're only got, oh, it's only got 9 bags, not too bad. Yeah, that's a lot here. And then that's it there. Okay, now we got to put this on top of the top here. Like that. I'm just going to start in the corner and just tap it. It's almost like this could be modular in a way. I doubt it. Make sure you pinch right here in the middle. Okay, what does that look like in the front? Making sure there's no crack. I do see a little bit of a crack right here, so I'm going to try to slowly just press this down and see. This is well, let me get this up here for you. This is kind of wiggly here, so be very careful. I feel like that's ready to break. We don't want that to happen. Alright, and then now it looks like we're focusing our attention here in this corner. Alright. Alright, that's not bad, huh? We're getting somewhere. At least we're getting it built today. I'm going to have to keep you guys in class a little longer today, unfortunately. The Jastopher University of Lego building. But, you know, if you're building this set, now you know what to expect. You know, there's some stickers, not a whole lot. A lot of printed pieces. Lots of 1x1s and 1x2s. But a lot of unique colors that we get. We get a lot of unique stuff in here. It's just, I mean, it's not like it's... first off, the color palette is what's pulling me into the build, so it's not dry and boring. I don't feel bored with this one. It's getting a little exhausting with the abundance amount of small parts, but nothing too major here. Here, it looks like the notch side is here. I don't think it really matters. These sets are also kind of gotten stripped on doors. They don't put a whole lot of doors in them anymore. Well, speaking of doors, you got a door here with one of these lattice pieces. Except I'm putting it in the wrong way. And we got a doorknob. Let's put the doorknob on before we put it in the framework. Never thought about using these little cheese slopes or pie pieces for door handles, but they use them here. When they made these, you can only put a knob on one side if it's installed in the jamb. These, you don't have to. So they show that the door is like this. I see this type of door being used in a pirate ship or in maybe into a high-end restaurant. See, this looks pretty good. There we go. That's the door. And then the door gets slammed shut, and the door goes right here. It shows it open right here. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to open, inside that little area. Okay. More wall construction. Alright, we're getting close to this end of this installment here. Sometimes I don't know how long these are going to be. Because when I open them up and I see 20 million small bags pouring out, that's got me worried. When I see that, it's like, ouch. You know, it's like, oh, yucky. We're going to be doing a lot here. This bag here didn't take as long as the last one that we did. Always pinch underneath your door frames to make sure that's always held. See how this is starting to split up here? That's not good. This thing's kind of just squirmy right now. It's not even that sturdy here. And I was supposed to build 2 of these. Whoopsie, my bad. Well, we're going to have to do the other one now, huh? But I don't see any more parts. Oh, there they are. Not too bad, though. This is not a bad one today. I think we're doing pretty good. Oh, it is tiled in here. Let's set that in there while we're here. You get a better view than I do, so you see more. Yeah, I am going to say that this set here is going to make some builder happy. If you're a guy or a gal, it's a good inspiration. I know I'm going to order these tiles in bulk, probably 100 or so when I get them, or when they get available on Pick-a-Brick. See, also with these style of builds, you can check out the parts in the set before you make a purchase. Some people want to know what parts are in the set. Is it a part that he or she may be able to use for a build? And it's always a good thing to check out first. I think that looks pretty good, doesn't it? We got that corner tile we got to put in there now. I would have put a heart in there, but that is what Lego wants, and that's what Lego's going to get. And that includes bag 6. And this is what we have remaining here. Not too bad at all. Okay, summation of thoughts. And honestly, it's not a bad build for what it is. We've already have, well, we only got one sticker left, so that's not too bad. It's not that bad at all of a build. The only thing I can say is that there's just a lot of small pieces in this model, but you get a higher resolution build. Obviously, it's playable, which is even better. But I'm pretty pleased with it. I think this is going to be a really fun set for anybody to build. Durability, I can't really tell right now. It seems pretty sturdy at the base. So I think, honestly, this is going to be a winner. We're not done yet, though. We still got a long ways to go here. And everybody's taking a dip in the pool today. Maybe we should. One guy and 3 gals. Zach is very lucky, huh? We'll put him here. Let's start setting everybody up, because I got to do a thumbnail. But I think if you're okay, that's only bad about mini dolls. They just don't like to stand up straight. But I'm pretty pleased with this set. It's just the abundance amount of small parts with it. It's just a little too much for me. But tell me what you think so far. I mean, honestly, this is nice, bright, and colorful. It's a really fun one to put together.